Hello everyone, Please Don't Cry 2 here with you, bringing you another wonderful Battlefield Hardline video. Thank you all so much for coming by and checking out this video, I really do appreciate it. In this video what I'm going to be covering is the test and the review of the M110K5. But before I get too crazy, a huge shout out to Captain number 5. Thank you so much, man, for suggesting this video and being such a huge supporter of this channel, and man, I really appreciate it. So the M110K5 is actually a battle rifle, but the biggest difference between this and most of the other battle rifles, it is an integral suppressed battle rifle, or integrated suppress, which means that you can't take the suppressor off it. It has the suppressor on it all the time, so we're not going to have any barrel attachments like the RO933 300 BOK. We're not going to have any of the barrel attachments, so that we don't have to worry about. But I'm going to go through all of the other attachments with you here in this video, so stay tuned for that. As far as sights go, we have all the way up to your standard 4x sight. The only time we're going to be getting into an 8x scope is if we're really running with something that's in the professional class, or a sniper rifle, DMR, something like that. Most of those will have that 8x scope there, but most battle rifles and other rifles in general are going to go up to the 4x ACOG. I personally recommend the hollow. Even though I usually will run a Cobra sight, I actually recommend the hollow sight for this one. I don't know why, I just feel that I've done a little bit better with the hollow sight with this one. I'm going to go ahead and change this to diamond just because I don't really like the original hollow 1x reticle there, all the way up here at default. So I'm going to go ahead and change it down to this diamond here. And then you can make your reticle a little bit bigger if you want to. I typically do, just so I can see it a little bit better. And as far as accessories go, you can put a laser sight on it, but I don't really hip fire that much, so I try to keep the laser sights off because a lot of times they give away your position, especially when you're dealing with night maps, so I go ahead and just leave that off. I mean, you could put it on and then go ahead and turn the light off, but you're not going to get any of the advantages of using the laser sight if you turn the light off, so me, I just don't even turn it on because sometimes I forget about it. And then as far as grip goes, now this does have a initial burst recoil, that first shot recoil with it, but I feel like it's controllable. Plus, a lot of times when you're dealing with a suppressed weapon, you're really going to want to go full auto with it, unless you're going at a real extreme range. And honestly, if you're dealing with a suppressed weapon and you're trying to hit somebody at range, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, outside of 20 meters, 30 meters or so, a suppressed weapon really isn't that good. You could put it on tap fire, obviously, and hit them and still get somebody. I mean, if you're in a position to where you are pinned down or something like that and you really need to, obviously you could go to single fire and take them out that way. But honestly, most of the time we're going to be running around with a stubby grip and running around full auto, so just put that stubby grip on there. You could go vertical grip if you wanted to, if you do run and gun a lot with it. This gun is actually quite controllable, so you could go with a vertical grip if you wanted to, but preferably I like to aim down the sight, so I'm going to go with a stubby grip and I'm going to go full auto. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And then as far as our camo goes here, really it's whatever you like. I'm in the gun bench now, so I could make a custom camo for it, but I'm not going to get too crazy because I want to actually show you guys how this gun works. So I'm just going to throw this red camo on here because I think it looks really nice with this gun. Now let's go ahead and get into the gun range here. I'm going to turn this radio off because I think it's extremely annoying. And I just want to show you guys what we're talking about when we're talking about our initial recoil here. Now, if we're to just go ahead and full auto fire without actually adjusting it, you can see it climbs quite a bit, okay? And we hit our target maybe twice. So what I recommend doing is you can do one of two things or both, okay? You can start off aiming a little bit lower, and you're going to be hitting a little bit more of your shots on target. Or you can do what I do, and I actually push down on my right stick just slightly, not a lot, just a tiny bit, okay, about that much, so you're moving it just about that much while you're firing it, and you'll get the feeling of it. Any of the weapons that you're going to go ahead and use, it's always good to come into the gun bench area and just kind of get a better feel for them. I mean, you could run out in the battlefield, obviously, and do what you will, but it's good to kind of be comfortable when you're running out there so you know what you're working with. So I always recommend running out there and using it a little bit in the gun range. Oops, I threw an incendiary there. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and aim right about here, and then I'm going to go ahead and just control it. And you can see that I've got a lot more shots on target. Now, it's not great because, like I said, you really don't want to be engaging at somebody about this range with a suppressed battle rifle. It's really not that good, but you can control it pretty good. You gotta just get used to the way that it fires. And look at all those shots I hit on target. Now, this guy would be dead. Okay, granted, it did take me a full clip to take him out. Now, around the range that I would recommend is probably about this guy here. Okay, maybe this is about, what, 15 meters or so, 20 meters? That's about where your suppressed action on a battle rifle is. Maybe even out to this guy. Okay, maybe about 25 meters or so. All right, and right there, you're going to be able to control it So much better. Now, of course, I'm actually pushing down a little bit on the right stick, but look at all those shots on target there. Okay, versus, you know, doing something like this, where I'm just aiming and then, you know, it gets a little crazy when you start doing that, especially if you burst fire with this gun. That's one thing that I found using it. You know, typically I will burst with it, but, oh, I need a little bit more ammo. I usually burst fire with my guns, but one thing I found about this one is that first shot, or really the recoil on it, seems to be more so right in that initial part. And it's not just that first shot, it's actually the first few shots that seem to have that recoil. And it kind of bounces all over the place. See, like that? So then we start to get a little unpredictable. Okay? Versus if I bring it out there, and then I go full auto with it and just control it. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to just nail them in the head the whole time, but we're going to get most of our shots right in that center mass area. You can bring it up. I mean, if you aim down about here, it will bring it up a little bit to about here. Okay, now, obviously, I was actually pulling it up on that. It's not that crazy that it's going to pull up at this close a range. I mean, if we're in the range of here, really, you could just... I'm not even touching anything. Now, after that, that guy's clearly going to be dead. But I do recommend controlling it a little bit. It's going to help you out a little bit. And when I say control, I just mean just slightly press down on that right stick. Now, one thing I do want to tell you guys is, even though this is a suppressed gun, it does have a little bit more range than some of the suppressed guns that I've tried. It feels very accurate, especially when you start actually controlling that recoil just a little bit by pushing down and, you know, using that gun properly. It does start to really do well. So I definitely recommend this gun. Give it a shot. And in close quarters too, it is a beast. With that 33 damage of a standard battle rifle, I mean, 4 shots, 3 shots or so, to maybe even 2, if you get a couple headshots, you're going to annihilate your target really quickly. So definitely give this gun a shot. Like I said, I recommend that stubby grip and that hollow for you, but feel free to use whatever attachments that you guys want to. I've got some pre-recorded footage, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that now so you guys can see how I've used the gun and where I actually think that it's the best. Obviously, something on like bank job or in that area is going to be probably the best area, and, you know, not sniping at the guys at the top of the garage. But I actually recorded this footage on Derailed. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also subscribe for more videos like this. And thank you again, Captain number 5. Thank you so much, man, for going ahead and suggesting this video and supporting the channel. Thank you so much, man. You've always been a huge supporter, so I really appreciate that. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the next video.
Right there! There! On him! Move and I shoot! Sniper over here. Light him up. Got that one. Got a suspect! Got one at the construction yard. I need support! sniper! Got him! Got incendiary on the way!